Pardon?
Well, recording has started now, so whatever.
Oh shit.
Uh, uh,
Don't mind it. Just
Hello,
go.
everybody. Hello, everybody. You missed the recap. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Sinbad will just kind of like groan a bit, waking from his nap as his ear will twitch as he kind of like turns to look down the hallway. Leon, I presume.
I presume, yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Sinbad,
Sinbad smiles.
feeling better?
A little bit. Kind of gives a so-so hand gesture.
Well, I
Despite.
talked with one of the crew members, and you're not the first person to get altitude sickness. So she will
Hmm.
offer these a little paper packet. You're supposed to take these with water, and they should help.
He takes it. Probably just heads back into the room to grab a glass of water and downs one of these. I have no idea what it is.
You take out one of the tablets. You plop it in a glass of water. It fizzles for about 5 minutes, and you drink the concoction, and you start to feel a little better.
And I mean, in those 5 minutes, however, you're feeling sick as hell. Or something, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Not how that works?
Pardon?
I mean,
Hmm. Oh, Sinbad will head out, kind of like looking about. So where are the other two?
Norvin should be Leona keeps
Hello.
like yeah, there he is.
All right, where's the
As
other one?
as for Hinako,
Being
I don't know.
paranoid.
Yes, that more or less.
Well, I suppose what else is there to do on an airship? First time being up on one, so sure there's plenty of activities.
Well, there is I assume there's like a dining hall or something where we could get some food if Sinbad's feeling up to that.
I believe we were just there not too long ago.
What
I
else?
believe, I believe as well.
All right. In that case, what else, would there be on the airship for entertainment purposes?
I suppose staring out the window isn't too uncommon.
I think there's an observation deck.
Hmm. Alrighty, then. Well, I suppose this is so far the only chance I'm going to have from looking above the clouds. Uh, shall we?
Leona nods and begins heading towards the observation deck.
Apologies.
Uh, what has the Hinako gotten up to? Last I recall, your party kind of brushed you off.
yeah, I was. Uh, uh, if there was some kind of big hole with a higher place to stand, then I'd be standing on a higher place, keeping my eye over the crowd, looking for any suspicious activity.
Um, Roll me a perception check and remind me if you were in the vicinity when Leona was chatting up that one lovely accountant fellow.
I believe I might have passed by shortly, and after that, headed up, I believe. Remember?
Understood. Please make your roll.
That is a natural 1.
Oof.
So say, get your wings out of my eyes.
Ooh. The bird flaps and clatters. There's a spray of feathers everywhere. Where as he finds a rafter to perch yourself on. Unfortunately for you, even from your elevated position, you it's really hard to pick out. It's really hard to pick out much of anything. There's crowds. There's mingling. There's drinks. There's clamoring. There's the scent of the hanging about heavily in the air.
The pressure's getting in my ears.
Apart from all of that, and a few, and you upper crust bigwigs shuffling in and about between social circles, you assume that this is how business is done over on the mainland. You don't observe too much out of place.
Well, continue to keep an eye out anyway.
A superb idea. This is niggling at you a little bit, Hinako. You could have sworn something was about to happen here in the immediate future. It just had to happen, surely.
Uh-huh. Bork, 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 bork.
Was and Norvo, where would you have gone, my good sir?
With the other two sane people, quote unquote. Stay
Look, we've
back
been
a
acting.
little bit for like privacy purposes or whatever, but
Look, Leona and Sinbad have been acting perfectly sane on this entire airship ride.
hence calling you sane. If you
Anyway,
weren't acting sane right now, I wouldn't be calling you sane right now.
fair enough.
Hmm.
Anyway, as we pass, Inako standing up there looking twitchy, Leona will point a thumb. See? Paranoid.
Eh.
A puff of feathers hanging about me.
You're
Gonna have to
playing
clean that up.
Batman.
Sinbad. On the one hand, the view from the observation deck is quite spectacular. A large swath of azure sky dotted with white cumulus clouds lie beneath you and before you, and below you, the vast expanse that is the main that is a mainland continent dotted with a few gray splotches of cities, structures, and spires. It is breathtaking for about 30 seconds, and then you remember you're a mile up in the air.
Eh. It's like all his fur bristles.
You alright, Sinbad?
I may have jumped from plenty of high buildings, but there's usually a hay baler. There's some cart at the bottom. I don't think I'm finding that from up here.
Probably not. Don't worry, the glass is reinforced. This can stop a bullet. Leona will point at the vast glass window that we're looking out of.
We call this
Let's test that out.
foreshadowing, kid.
Norvin?
I think I heard my name, but it was covered up by Red pointing out the foreshadowing.
Let's test that out. Norvin, with your 30 damage bullet.
Let's not.
You can't smite glass; it's not evil.
I can smite glass. It
Unless
just doesn't do anything.
Leona, at this point, you see a small human kid running around with a marker and draw a little frowny face on the glass.
Leona looks to Norvin like, does that count?
It does not.
Oh, okay. Just checking.
He had some angry eyebrows.
Looks again.
I am fairly certain it still does
Now
not
it's
count.
evil.
Well, what if he added like a goatee?
Then I would need to check.
Squeak, 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 squeak. Goatee, fedora.
I do have detect evil, so I can just tell.
So yeah, so I'll just, I guess, spend his time looking down upon the land.
gee, that's a lot of land.
Probably try and first figure out where where a parachute is. Kind of like learn where they are.
Step
Uh,
one, learn
Parachute?
the
What's
safe
that?
route.
There are some emergency parachutes next to the hutch that you that has the stairs you walked out of.
Gotcha. Making sure they're there.
What was that single-use featherfall item that you had
Do I have that?
in Lost Skies?
Yeah, the
Oh.
feather token.
Yeah,
I don't have that.
just have cases of those lying around.
Yeah, no. They come standard on all Feltorin built skyships. Anyway, but yeah, Leona will just like enjoy the view. She's might have seen this once before, but it's still very breathtaking. Reassures Sin that there's nothing to worry about. There's plenty of safety features on these airships. Like go over all the, because I assume when she was a little girl, maybe going up in an airship for the first time, she might have been a little spooked, and so she's trying to remember what she can about all the safety stuff they put into these craft.
Hmm. Well, you never know.
Uh, the chattering wheels of a service cart come in from behind behind you, Lady Miranda, and lo and behold, it is that wonderful haired waiter from a little bit earlier. Excuse me, Lady Miranda.
Yes.
Uh, we, the captain would like to like to send you a small token of appreciation for choosing our airline. And he pulls out a small bucket filled with ice and a nice bottle of champagne.
Oh, well, send the captain my regards. Thank you very much. And Leona will
If I may, he motions to a few champagne flutes.
Yep, Leona will offer one to Sinbad, take one for herself, hand one off to Norvin, like holding it up to offer him, like, you want one?
Nah.
Sinbad will sip his.
Yep, Leona will also.
The waiter nods and replaces the bottle. Norvin, you can roll perception if you'd like to.
Perception.
Say again. I'm sorry, Red cut out for me.
I can roll perception.
Yeah.
Um,
It's poison.
as you're not presently enjoying a beverage, you have time to examine the cart a little bit more fully. It is covered by a white cloth, and you notice that there are a few things on the lower shelves of the cart, sort of nudging the cloth outward, so to speak. Presumably, Mr. Fisichella here is moving about a few other items of import along with the fancy bubbly.
Surely we've seen other carts just going past. I think one of them ran Leona down at one point last session.
No, that was just a butler, not the guard.
Like we've seen them going past at this point. That's just a normal thing, right?
Yes.
Great. I am sure that was not a failed perception check.
Of course not. Leona will enjoy the bubbly and the view.
And he will wheel himself back off towards the stairs. I just realized he's trying to get a cart down the stairs. I'll have to think of a way to make that happen off screen.
Star Wars, where they have to cut just before R2D2 has to navigate stairs every time.
I believe it
I
was
was gonna
actually a
say-
scene where he does that.
I was gonna say there's probably like a sort of like thing they hook, like, you know how those old people elevators with the thing that goes downstairs works? I assume there's a thing that comes out of the wall and they hook the cart into that and can move it up and down the stairs.
Either that or a ramp. On an airship.
Yes, pull the cart up
ramp.
the ramp. Push
That
the
or
cart
they
up the
just
ramp.
cast levitate on it and use magic.
Anyway.
Floating disc.
Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna have fun with this one. Hinako, much as you would have liked to try listening in on stations around the hustle and bustle and everything going on the main floor. Well, unfortunately, first of all, there are a few too many conversations to concentrate on. But second of all, your hearing and your concentration is routinely broken by the clunka dunka bunka dunk of the carts going up and down the stairs this entire time.
They just have non-circular wheels.
Twitch.
Roll perception. Go.
May I also roll perception?
This is a bit downstairs below the floor you guys are on, but you can try. You would get penalties, but you can try.
Moreover, just things that are going on where Sinbad currently is. Provided Roll20 wants to load.
No. Because we've been doing some more updates, and now we're all having bugs and shit to fix, and hey, we're updating. Look at these
Seems fine to me.
pretty new test things you can do.
I love we're
Data
updating.
feature.
It's perfectly fine for me.
Well, I have some weird thing that goes on with my computer where I'm scrolling through, then all my tabs decide to flash, and Roll20 has a fit.
In that case, let's start with Hinako. As you hear one of the carts bounce down the stairs and finally come to a rest, there is a very loud jingling noise as something falls onto the ground.
Okay, let's see what's that.
You take a glance. You take a glance over at the adjoining stairwell, and the the golden-haired fellow who has not done a single thing wrong this entire time.
There we go.
You see him look around as if to say whoops, and then he picks up a small sack about the size of a coin purse, lifts up the side of the cloth on his cart, and take the bag and stuff it into a turkey before dropping the cloth and continuing on his way.
Oh. Jingly bag and a turkey.
He continues on down the hallway, whistling and pushing his cart like absolutely nothing happened just now.
Okay, for clarification, I assume you do not mean a bird turkey.
There's a different kind of turkey?
Could you repeat the question, Norvin?
I assume you do not mean the bird.
What other turkey could I be referring to?
I don't know.
Okay, cooked turkey or live turkey?
There's not just a whole bird underneath this thing, is there?
Yeah, that's for us real quick. Oh wait,
Okay,
I got no water in this house at the moment.
Oh dear. Uh, okay. Wild. I understand what you're saying, but there is a whole bird. Like it's a whole cooked bird, but it is the whole bird.
Okay.
Sinbad's just been staring out the window this whole time.
I
I feel utterly lost.
they're putting a bag into like a meal. That's one thing. Feeding a bag to just a live bird is another thing.
No, there is a bag. There is a bag. There is something inside the roast beast.
Awkward.
Uh, Meanwhile, back on the observation deck, there is some discussion being held between the people that are up there as well, and Sinbad, what's your passive perception?
It's 10 plus my perception skill, yes.
Mm-hmm.
23.
Which is 1 point higher than me.
you've picked up on a couple of things just from the passing conversation. First of all, there are a lot of very important businessmen and friends of the showcase on this particular vessel as they head off towards the final race of the season and arguably its biggest event. And then second of all, that there is this, and second of all, there is a bunch of clamor around this one very posh, very fancy looking fellow who has been chatting up people of all sorts of circles in this very fine posh accent, and he seems to have been conversing to quite a lot of people lately. Did anyone catch his name? No, I don't believe he ever introduced himself. Hmm. Well, wait, he was quite the amicable fellow, wasn't he? Yes, I say, verily.
Oh, was that the banker's fellow that Leona talked to?
Leona, you have the sinking suspicion that maybe it was.
Huh. Mm, nothing suspicious so far. Just a little odd that no one's caught his name.
Hmm. So I was just kind of keep an eye, making sure. What's Sinbad doing at this moment? This individual is the only thing that's really caught his eye as being off so far.
Honey, have you seen my pocket watch? Have you seen my pocket watch collection, perchance? No, dear, didn't you pack it? No, but I thought I did, but then I went down to the cargo. But then I went down to the cargo hold to check on my bag. I did have to make sure that everything was prime and proper for the dinner party this evening, and for some reason I could not find it. Well, maybe you forgot to pack it. No. I'm certain I brought it, unless I didn't.
Sinbad will try and find where this odd fellow went and probably make his way down to the cargo hold. Sneakily.
Meanwhile, Leona generating bubbles and hey, watch him back out.
Oof.
Oh, hold on. 26. New.
I literally cannot
Le-
score high. I can't score high enough to beat that, so I guess Sinbad
You
just
don't need
slips
to, as long
away.
as he's within line of sight of you.
Yeah, Leona notices Sinbad, like, slipping away. She
Just
will...
tuck underneath her dress again. Out of sight.
oh my goodness.
You don't
Hey,
need to,
you're
as
the one
long
who
as
wrecked
he
me.
is within line of sight of you for a round or more. You would have to dart from under her dress to like around a corner really, really quickly.
Hey, he's quick.
I don't know how big the room we're in is, so I can't say if you can do that or not.
But yeah, Sinbad will just disappear from all view and just tail this odd fellow who's asking questions.
Sinbad, Leona sighs. Did you see where
Oof.
he snuck off to, Northern?
I did not.
Wait a second.
May I have a second?
All right. But yeah, he's tailing the odd man. If anything comes of it.
Uh, Sinbad, you sneak your way down through the ship, past multiple mingling floors and dining carts and on-site bars and whatever else, until eventually you arrive at a locked at a locked door for the cargo bay.
Hmm. He just clicks his tongue, takes out his thieves' tools, kind of
Yep,
looking
you know what
over
to
it
do.
for any traps or anything first, any arcane sigils.
None that you see.
Meanwhile, two people.
Alright.
Oh, just a bit further up. Did you click your tongue at me?
Say again?
Two people just a bit further up. Click your tongue at me.
What?
Alright.
Why no? Why no, madam? Of course not. Why no, madam? Of course not. From where we're from, that's a high sign of disrespect.
I could have sworn I just heard someone click his tongue.
What do I roll?
Disable device.
Okay. Submit. Ooh, yes.
Sinbad, this thing is just a bolt lock. You have to start the thing 10,000 times before, and now it's 10,001.
Nice. He just opens the door, slides in, and closes it behind him.
Roll perception.
Perceiving in the darkness. 25.
Well, it's not
I have
completely in the darkness. There is some side illumination, if for no other reason than there is sunlight coming through the portcullises on either side. But of note is the conversation that is currently going on between two uh two two men. One who sounds to be a lot older than the other. And the conversation is going something like this. And then we need the eggs for a Mr. Andreas Schumacher, and then one for a Mr. Jacques Lacey.
Mr. I'm going to ask you how you spell those names. Thank you.
Right then is it right then is and there and else on the shit that I need to uh make a mocha during all this. No. What was that one nice lady? You had a pretty good conversation with her. She was dressed in green, red hair. I believe Rubens went past her room. Rooms. Lady we know. No. That's not her name. Uh, any, anyway, what are your thoughts on her? Mm, she did seem rather important. I'm not sure what she could possibly be carrying on her. But if we had to do something, no. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. For Pete's sake, we're thieves, but at least thieves have standards, okay? Oh, fine. What? Unless you're planning on doing what I think you're on doing to her, what, asking her out? Well, yeah. Well, yeah. I am a charmer. I probably am going to try it at some point. But right now, you got to make sure these things get off the ship. Now, where the hell's Rubens? He was motoring about on the second deck last time I heard from him. Well, if you see him again, tell him to hurry up and get his ass down here. Okay, we have a timeline to hit. Right. I'll get on it. uh, what was that again? Focus. I am Heinz-Harold Heidfeld. No. I am Heinz-Harold Freinfeld. Heinz-Harold Heidfeld. Yes, sir. I'll get off and on this right away. And Sinbad, at this point, you hear some very proper stomping towards 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 the stairwell you're hiding near.
I'll just hide behind just hide behind like some boxes or something and just oh, if I cast that, they're gonna hear me. I'll just hide. Stealth.
Heinz-Harold Heidfeld is fancy is the last thing you hear as the door opens up above you and shuts it.
All right. I want to try and make sure I got my nose right. They're lifting things from people and God, what was it he said? Make a muck of things.
There there were associate is going to make a mess because he's slow coming back down here.
And they said something about giving eggs to Andrea Schumacher and Jacques Alessi, correct?
You think those are two of the people they're trying to steal from next.
Oh, hold on. Oh, we need the have on my notes, and then we need the eggs. 4?
Eggs?
I
Where do we get eggs?
have no idea. You keep becoming static to me for some reason.
I hate this laptop.
Yeah, there has been quite a bit of time.
But
It's
okay,
usually
so they're
understanding
going
though.
to
One
they're
person at a
going to
time, please.
steal. Stealing from and the guy who walked off was named or calling himself. And he walked off to make a scene. While their one guy, Ruben,
Uh, Ruben is the guy Ruben is the guy he is presumably looking for.
dust off my note-taking skills. All right, Sinbad will commit. If he saw their faces, he'll commit their faces to name, and kind of. It's just the one guy by himself right now.
Correct.
Sinbad will just kind of like peer about, see what's around this guy.
This classy silverhand is currently looking at a piece of paper in his hands and muttering to himself. Okay, Schumacher. So SH. No, that's not. No, that's not SH. SCH. There we go. Huh. So let's see here. That's aisle 12, storage bay B. And he takes a walk off further away from you.
Does he still have that piece of paper in his hand?
He does.
Sinbad's going to tail him. I am going to look for something in my inventory real quick. He's going to grab a piece of chalk that he has from one of his bandoliers. And, wait a second. Close my window because Ian's pacing around the entire house. He's going to take a piece of chalk and just throw it back from where he came walking from. Kind of see if it can make a noise.
Uh, he'll turn. He will turn his head from the clackety clackety. Um, I'll say that from where you are currently positioned, you're probably behind some boxes or something for cover. That clackety clackety means he has turned in your general direction. Obviously he hasn't seen you, but he is somewhat looking down the hallway you just came from.
Mm-hmm. I'm mainly seeing if he puts the piece of paper in his back pocket or places it down or something.
After a while of no more chalk noises, he shrugs. He folds it up. Tucks it into the inside of his into his inside pocket of his jacket, and starts poking around on the and starts poking around the bags looking for any identifying labels.
All right. Sinbad will try and get up close, try and pocket that from him.
Do a stealth roll first to see if to make just make sure.
All right. Oh goodness.
And then are you trained in sleight of hand?
Indeed. I am a
Give that a
rogue.
toss.
Oh!
You managed to sneak up on the silver-haired fellow who looks a bit like George Clooney, and as you go to remove the piece of paper from his from his pocket, you realize that it was buried a little bit, and his wallet and his keys and everything that was in there spills out as well.
Uh,
He turn. He turn. He turn. He turn. He turn. He looks over his shoulder to look at you, Sinbad, and he says something.
Say again.
And he turns his head, looks down at the rat with his hand in his pocket, and he says, "Can I help you with something?"
Sinbad will just take the piece of paper from just take the piece of paper from his pocket, smile, and just go vanish.
He will try. He will try and jump on you, Sinbad, as you as you go poof.
Oh, I need to roll.
What's your CMD again?
20.
You go poof, but in a last minute desperate attempt to try and keep you from going away, he just blindly kind of leaps forward in front of him like he is trying to tackle a non-existent football player, and he lands on you.
Okay.
You're now pinned face first on the floor.
God. He's not gonna like that. I have a barbed vest.
This lasts for
Yeah.
about a for about a second and a half before you hear him yell "Yow!" and he stands back up and rolls off.
Takes 1 point of fucking damage, and I am going to just start running for the door.
He is on his back. Daze has multiple small puncture wounds to his front side. He is not chasing you.
All right, I will just get out of there and make my way back up to the observation, back to Leona.
D- a, all right. Hinako, do you mind rolling perception for me, sweetie?
I was on it. Nope, I'm not seeing shit.
Oh,
For fuck's sake, twice in a row. Well, not in a row. Right, in the same session.
Hinako, there is a right ball happening on the dance floor with plenty of music happening, and Bart's playing, and everyone having a grand old time, and then you hear someone yell, "Yeah!" Oh, followed shortly by, "I feel good." And everyone's grooving and chilling and having a good time.
You know how animals have their ears sometimes backwards and such? With the youch, my ear turns back and then feels good, plays again, and I'm like, what? Turning all kinds of directions.
Sinbad, are you still being a sneaky rat?
Sinbad will return to Leona and Orphan, emerging from Leona's skirt.
Hinako, if you want to get back in the scene, what I will say is that there is a small white furred individual moving a little bit faster than most people do as he jogs up the stairs.
I mean, this lasts for 7 rounds.
5 rounds,
Up to 5.
5?
which is 30 seconds.
Oh, up to 5 rounds. Okay.
Yes, you do. Yeah. So I'll say for the per involvement, you do see a small white rat folk spontaneously manifest on the stairs.
Slightly covered in blood.
And it's
Slightly.
just like,
Yes, there are a few drops of ketchup on his back.
That's an odd place to have ketchup.
prestidigitation. Clean that off.
Oh, good save.
So, I think we need to chat real quick. Find the others too.
Huh? You talking to me?
Hi.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Sorry. The height's getting to me, I think. I'm having trouble hearing things and seeing things. And the music is so fucking loud.
Yeah,
So good.
Sinbad will just take her hand and just drag her off to find Leona and Norvin.
Okay, guess I'm going somewhere. Hopefully it's someplace quiet.
Back to the observation deck.
Okay,
Eh.
so Leona and Norvin see Sinbad dragging Hinako their way.
Oh, good. You finally convinced her to come down from her perch and join the rest.
Convinced. Yeah, I'm being dragged by the hand here.
Convinced.
Eh.
It was pretty easy to convince, really. Was getting annoying
Sinbad's
out
gonna look
there.
around see if he can. Oh, sorry. S- oh. Sinbad's gonna look around see if he can find this Heinz Harold Heidfeld. And
If you're on the observation deck with Leona and Norvin, he is not up here at the moment.
all right. Well, it looks like this blimp has a couple of proverbial rats aboard it. Some thieves holding out in the dock in the storage room.
What kind of rats?
Thieves.
Proverbial.
Sorry, my linguistics isn't that high.
Proverbial. Like, metaphorical. Something like
Oh,
that.
so not actually rats, but not particularly the best kind of humans.
Sinbad
The
nods.
sneaky boys.
Yeah. Next to this off of one of them.
And you guys were calling me paranoid.
I wasn't.
No, you were sick.
playing. You were playing Batman up in the rafters or something.
No, I wasn't.
You were, Leona, you were
That's suicide.
standing
I
up
was doing
on the
that.
balcony. You were sitting up on the balcony, scowling down at everyone dancing beneath you.
I
Like you
wasn't
hated fun
scowling.
or something. You were very much scowling.
You had a wee bit of a scowl.
Well, it was getting annoying with all this pressure pushing on my ears and shit. Getting hard to
I next this
hear.
off of I next this off of one of them. He holds up the piece of paper with probably a storage list or a manifest.
Leona will look it over.
Sinbad speaks the truth. Every time, whenever somebody has a lot of bulky luggage that they need to put somewhere besides their rooms without being obstructed, they're given a little ticket saying, if you need to access your luggage, come to this aisle and this particular pallet, and you should get there. And this list helps people lines up the people who have stuff down there with whichever particular spot their bulky luggage has been parked.
Well, I bet.
Now, do you want to ask any of you know of a Heinz Harold Heidfeld or a Reuben?
Is Leona familiar with either of those? Ruben wasn't he? Was he the one that Leona ran into, or no?
Do you mean Rubens Fincelli? Fincella?
No, I believe you ran into a
Is he-
Heinz.
Huh?
That name does sound familiar. You were formally introduced to Mr. Rubin's fettuccine a little bit earlier.
That sounds so fucking wrong.
Gold-haired fella,
The
right?
there was a Reuben, but he's with the he was with the basically the security contingent on this ship, right?
How
you're
common a name is Reuben?
Uh,
There can be 2 people named that, right?
if we have a list. He takes the list, looks at it.
Ruben there is not a passenger named Ruben. So if there are 2 staff members on this particular ship named Ruben, I think that is a cosmic coincidence so monumental that Norman has no idea what he would even do about it.
I mean, if I was going onto an airship or any area where I couldn't really leave it very easily, and I wanted to steal a bunch of stuff, I wouldn't go there using my own name.
I don't think that is well. According to the man I was listening down below, that might be his real name. They weren't. I don't think they were really using their aliases when they thought no one was listening. Except for this Hines guy who kind of spoke in a bit of a third person. Was that the more older gentleman guy? Or no, that was the younger one.
No, that was the older one.
Oh, Hines was the older one. Okay. Older man, kind of posh looking. Think, listening to our conversation, Hines was the one who ran into Leona.
Yes.
You ran into him. Points to Leona. He has his eyes out for you, as well as
I'm
possibly anything
flattered.
that belongs to you.
Significantly less flat. I guess we had best inform the captain, whatever security forces are on this uh, airship.
Probably just the captain, as if this Reuben is supposed to be part of security detail.
Head of security, Ruin.
Yeah. I'm gonna go find out where this Hines left off to. They were going to make a scene. They were planning to make a scene while they reconvened with Reuben. They also wanted to try and steal something off of a. Oh God, those are some names. I need to find them again. Andrea Schumander and Jacques Alessi.
All right.
Schumann?
I'll go speak with the captain, see if I can get him to take this to believe us. Hinoko, could you go warn Shumander and Alessi that there may be some ne'er-do-wells on board who are after their belongings?
You want to stir up trouble?
Uh, sorry, say again?
You plan to stir up trouble?
Hmm. Norvin, what
Getting
do
the
you think?
common populace involved is, well, good way to start panic.
Fair. Norvin, what do you think should be done?
Inform the security in whatever way is safest to do so, and then they presumably have protocols for this exact thing.
All right, man.
Not sure how much the staff can be trusted here, because the random passerby staff that I mentioned last time, mentioned this activity to last time, kind of just told me their fake story. So
Wasn't that said, Reuben? Anyway, I'm gonna go off and find these guys.
I don't have. I mean, I don't have to name names. I can just tell them that one of my companions has seen some people lurking around in the cargo bay and overheard a conversation implying that there may be some thieves aboard this ship. That should be enough to get security forces on the job.
Oh, yes. Only thieves that we know that are thieves.
Either way,
Red, what is the sort of reputation of presumably this isn't the first time the airship has flown, yes?
This is not its maiden flight. If that's what the question is.
If it's been like hundreds and hundreds of flights back and forth, like it has a reputation for a bunch of your stuff going missing at that point, if that's what's happening, yes?
Yes.
It does not have that reputation.
Knowledge, something.
May I ask what you're thinking about?
I'm thinking it's probably not the entire crew stealing a bunch of shit. Because the airship would have a reputation of all your shit getting stolen if you fly on
I'm
it,
not
right?
saying
You
it's
can't
the entire
exactly.
crew. I'm saying that the crew are.
What I'm thinking is just
I,
these three might be involved, but we don't know if there's more.
I get you're suspicious of the crew,
I'm not
but it's
necessarily
not.
suspicious of the crew. I'm just saying the crew are believing their fake, made-up story of them being the guards or whatever.
Because you told them, hey, I'm suspicious of this person. I have no evidence or reason to be. I'm just suspicious of this person. So they told you like what they thought is going on. We now have an overheard conversation. Hey, we're going to steal a bunch of shit.
Which may just
That's
as well be
actually
exactly the same as what I witnessed.
you witnessed
You witnessed
potentially.
someone walking into a room.
Yeah,
The
you
room they're
You
not
were
witnessed someone
supposed to
who
supposed to
be.
be walking into a
you
room.
you witnessed someone who you thought wasn't an employee walking into an employees only room. It turned out they were an employee.
Or at least that's what people believe.
There is a vast difference between actually, yes, I am an employee, and I heard you talking about stealing a bunch of people's stuff.
Well, anyway, I guess we're doing it your way.
What would your way be, Inloco?
I don't have a way.
Alright, what would you do in this situation if it was up to you, Inoko?
If actually we are wrong
This
and
was not
it
a
is
discussion about what we would or shouldn't do. Just a discussion about how much we can make the common workers believe our story over the quote unquote professionals.
Will have to believe me, I'm an important person.
yes, if they don't no,
At least I'm not the only one that laughs here. Okay.
what's going to happen here is yes, that is kind of a stupid thing to say, but what happens here is she talks to her, they don't believe her. And then we get there, she tells the ruler of a country, hey, a bunch of my stuff got stolen on this exact flight. And he rains hell down upon them for that exact thing.
Yeah, no, like, Leona has political sway. She can make stuff happen.
Leona doesn't have political sway. Exactly. I think all that's been
Well-
used up by the bomb threats. Leona can complain to someone who does.
All right, but yeah, no, like if Leona does like go like you were saying, if Leona can go to the captain and says, "Hey, there's someone stealing stuff," he doesn't believe her, and then stuff gets stolen, and then her dad is gonna be like, "Well," and then she complains to her dad that, "Hey, I told them this was gonna happen. They didn't
A
take me
lot of
seriously."
people get fired, at the very least.
They have to take her at least a little bit seriously.
So, is this the point where I go, quote unquote, up in the rafters and look out for suspicious people?
If you want to be Batman, go ahead, be Batman.
Who the fuck
Now
is
that
Batman?
Now that we know something's happening, I won't call you paranoid for it.
Now, pray tell, what sort of news comes out of Sador nowadays? Well, I actually don't know, because I hear the capital city is currently being under threat of vigilante justice. Apparently, there is this man running around dressed like a bat and punching people.
You know, we shouldn't really be surprised it's a dwarven city where a man dressed as or a vigilante dressed as a bat would go around beating people up.
Sador. Sador was Sador the underground thing?
Sador was the above ground place where Thibin had her bomb threat.
Was that Sador?
Thibin didn't do a bomb threat underground.
Oh yeah, no,
That
that
we
was
know
the
of.
other
Before
rats.
underground.
Circuituan
Anyhow.
philosophy maintains that if you explode enough things, eventually you'll get what you want.
How enlightening.
Back on topic though. I believe you guys are forming a plan. And Leona made a jab about Hinako turning into Batfox.
I have returned.
What are you?
Leona and I go complain to the captain. The rat does more spying, and the fox also does more spying, but slightly differently.
What are your comms working?
Who's? Huh?
Gold.
Because we've been talking at least tangentially about him for the past while, and
Bueller.
Sorry. Like, my phone was freaking out.
Anyone?
I'm here.
Anyone?
Hi.
Who are we asking about if they're here or not?
You.
I'm here. But yeah, no. So far, that seems to be the plan. Leona and her bodyguard Norvin go complain about a potential security issue on the ship and about stuff maybe getting stolen.
We go do the thing we're supposed to do on the off chance that it works.
Meanwhile, Hinoko and Sinbad become Ratman and Foxen.
And do the things more likely to get actual results.
Well, what I have been rolling today, very unlikely to get results actually.
I'm certain you will do just fine. That said, we are going to do Leona's scene first, as I think that might be the most impactful. Let's say.
All right.
So let's kick things. Let's kick things off. First things first. Leona, you need to locate the captain's quarters, or at bare minimum the bridge. You can probably find it through sheer brute force, or you can try asking some of the staff for directions, even though you might suspect that they will ask you why you're asking.
There's no map with a big red "You Are Here" star on it.
I mean, I was just apparently given a bottle of champagne from the captain, so I can go thank him for that.
That is a very smart idea. You are shown to the captain's quarters by one of the staff members patrolling about on the dance floor where the fancy Marvin Gaye is playing, and he just kind of motions towards the door and says, you should be able to show yourself in. I don't think he's seeing anyone.
All right, excellent. Leona will head inside.
You knock politely and you open the door, and and you see two people in there. One of which is the captain, and the other is a guy dressed in a tuxedo with silver hair and a very strong jawline, who seems to have exploded multiple packets of ketchup all over his front.
My goodness, what's happened here?
Lady Miranda, I do beg for your forgiveness. This is a bit of a bad time. You see, and the captain is immediately interrupted by the guy with the silver hair, who looks at you, Leona, and immediately asks, "Have you seen a white furred rat folk with a red eye running around anywhere?"
Why do you ask?
He has seriously wounded this flight's air marshal. Is the answer.
Oh well, heaven's name.
He does not look happy.
Allow me to help you with that, and Leona will reach over and cast a Cure Light Wounds on the air marshal.
Norman says, "I'll be right back. Insert snark as needed."
And that
Unfortunately for him, one of his best professional-looking shirts is still it's gonna be pink for the foreseeable future. But at least you've stopped any further strawberry jam from staining it, so he appreciates that.
Not all sketchy.
What is from what I've heard? I overheard a bit of a conversation regarding a potential. Leona will eye this, like shoot this the flight marshal a bit of a knowing glance, because she knows what probably might have caused those puncture wounds. She has accidentally pricked herself on Sinbad's laundry once. And she will say, apparently, it was over. Someone on the ship is looking to, shall we say, liberate some of the passengers of their belongings. And Leona will present the paper. This was found. How to phrase this? Lying about where it shouldn't have been, and some of my companions have their suspicions.
Where did you say you found this again?
It was seen down by the wait, did Sinbad ever tell Leona where he found that?
I believe I told you he pickpocketed it from the marshal in the storage room.
I see.
I will word this since you forgot that information out of character.
All right. Leona basically has two options. One, she can try and be subtle about this, or she can just straight up accuse the marshal of of being up to no good. Shoot. Is there any way for Leona to know what she thinks would be a more successful approach?
Say no.
The only advice I'm going to give you is to thine own self be true.
Leona will say that one of her companions overheard a conversation down in the storage decks, and this between and this overheard a conversation down in the storage section, and they found, and this was taken from one of the individuals who was having the speaking about such, what's the word, criminal actions. She hands this to the captain, and is side eye, like looking to see if there's a reaction from our wonderful flight marshal.
Sir, my belief that wasn't I found that in possession of the rat when he when he was downstairs in the cargo bay. He was using that to identify the bags of certain VIPs on board the craft here, and then use that information to pinch valuables. If I had to guess, sir, he jettisoned that to try and not be found, so that when he was found, he wouldn't have such incriminating evidence on his person.
Leona crosses her arms and looks haughty. I don't know how many white-furred rats there are on board the ship, but if you're accusing my friend of doing this, I can assure you that a that Sinbad is very trustworthy and an affiliate of the Marinaf Special Diplomatic Service.
The captain looks at you quizzically. Then what was he doing with this manifest?
I believe he retrieved it from one of the individuals who was discussing this matter of pilfering belongings of the various passengers.
Then I don't know why he decided to run then.
Uh,
And also, and also, I'll point out that when I did try to apprehend him, well, I'm gonna need to find a new shirt.
yes, he's as a as a well, he's not exactly the largest fellow, so he's a bit cautious about being, shall we say, pounced on. After all, you could hurt, he could be seriously injured in such an occurrence.
The flight marshal raises an eyebrow at you, Leona. Oh, really?
Are you saying that you attempted to apprehend him?
No, I was out for a stroll and then walked into one of the onboard punji pits. Yes, I tried to apprehend him. That's how I got this.
Why were you trying to apprehend him?
For the reasons I just told you.
You believe that my companion Sinbad is the individual who's intending to rob this ship?
I saw him downstairs in the cargo bay with him with the manifest identifying bags. I don't know what you want me to do given the totality of those circumstances.
Well, I can have him come up here and explain what his side of the story, if you would like, Captain.
Well, diplomacy, Leona. The captain heaves a sigh and look at the manifest again. One, there is a piece of this puzzle that isn't quite clacking into place, and I suppose, and that is given the fact that we move many large parcels over the course of a trip. There is no main way to identify who might be carrying valuables among them. So unless this rat was trying to brute force something, then there must have been some way for him to identify why he selected a why he selected only a few targeted bags to go after. No.
Leona nods.
I am inclined. I am inclined to agree, sir. Lady Miranda, do you happen to know where your colleague is right now?
At this precise moment, I do not know exactly where he is, but I am confident I can bring him here post haste, or even have my bodyguard, Northern, do that in my stead if you would prefer.
Either, either, either way works fine. But if this rat is on the ship and he is willing to come quietly, then I think that would be best as far as clarifying this matter is concerned.
Of course, White Marshal. We'll make sure that we get this all sorted out. And yeah, Leona is gonna see if she can't send Norvin out to go find Sinbad or have her herself go, depending on what the captain would prefer.
The captain's personally indifferent. One of you can go, both of you can go, but he really wants to see this rat.
Alrighty, let's go find Sinbad then.
Hinako, you feel your bag making another snarky comment as you weave your way through uh through the floors, trying to identify our thieves next to perspectives.
I only got half back as you were kind of breaking up, but I believe, from what I understood, I'm walking around trying to find people, so should I follow perception?
Yes, and also I am really sorry. I'm trying to run this game on a laptop with sputtering internet sometimes, so
That's fine.
something's going on here.
Excuse me?
Oh, someone is not a very happy fox.
I'm just gonna take a look through Hinako's rolls here. Don't mind me. She is yet to roll an 8. I'll tell you what, Hinako, you are able to inquire after these two fellows, Schumacher and Lacey, by way of the by way of the staff. You know from Sinbad's testimony that
Hey, I
good
rolled a
bleeding
15!
grief will dupes.
Well, something else in perception.
Hold on, my Discord was exploding. Yes, and with your diplomatic officiating powers and the authority vested in you by people outside of this jurisdiction, you you meant you meant you you managed to identify these two very important people and collect Lord Schumacher of Notting Britches is going to be on the main gallivanting hall. And as for Mr. Lacey, the crewman believes that one of his friends saw him retreating to his quarters for a nap. So they will they will write a note and get it to him post haste.
Wait, I thought I was trying to find the hij is hoe zou ze? Hij is Harold or something? Oh, well, whatever.
I thought. Am I mistaken, or was Sinbad going after Mr. Heidfeld?
I'm looking for Mr. Heinfeld, as well as this Ruben character.
Without too much trouble, Hinako, you do manage to find this Mr. Schumacher. He has a table to himself. He is chilling out in his mid 40s, cracking jokes with these 4 or 5 beautiful women practically hanging off his arm. You hear him say something in a language you don't recognize, just burst out laughing for some reason.
That was directed towards Hinako, or
Yeah, but the bag is saying something, so. Uh, I the plan that I heard was somebody was going to tip off those 2 potential marks that they should probably go and secure. Or was I mistaken there?
I don't think we were going to inform the general public, just the captain, as well as just not tell the 2 individuals that they are being pickpocketed and just keep an eye on them.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I am a moron then.
You're good.
Well, your description still applies then. I found them doing, well, I found one of them doing things.
You haven't. You have you.
Sorry.
You have you managed to locate one of them, and the second one is not present at the moment, but people seem to know where he is. He's currently suffering from a bit of blimp lag, let's say.
Fair enough, and I will attempt to keep an eye on this guy and see if he might get pickpocketed or whatever. Especially keep an eye out for any golden-haired or silver-haired individuals approaching him. Make you roll a new perception.
Sure. And I'm gonna have a think here.
Sheesh.
Oh my goodness. Oh, for
What's going on?
somebody randomly just blipped, and I thought it was me. Guys, how good is my audio?
A little
Good.
scratchy, but we can hear you.
All right.
It's yeah. I'm getting a little irked. Um. Hinako, you observe Mr. Schumacher doing the things that I was outlining. Not German, not German, not German. Ha 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 ha. Uh, after a few hours of surveillance, you see him stand up, say a few parting farewells to his entourage, and excuse himself towards towards the back of the main hall where the liquor is stored with all the bars and the people with the cocktail shakers and everything, and that's where Sinbad finds himself because moseying around in the second half of the main ballroom is a bespectacled man with a mustache and a top hat that he recognizes from earlier.
Sinbad is just keeping to the darkest corner of the room. Both eyes just trained on this man.
Uh, as it stands, he is currently chatting up a well-tanned fellow in a red in a red dining coat and some fancy black trousers. What knowledge skills do you have?
Um, I have knowledge local engineering, local and engineering.
I guess local will do here.
Ah, 13.
You don't know all that much about. You don't know all that much about the individual that Mr. Heidfeld is currently chatting up, but you can tell by going from his garb and the crest his above his above his left chest that he is a member of the old capital's parliament.
Hmm. Sinbad will just keep an eye on Mr. God, I keep forgetting his name. Mr. Heidfeld's hands, kind of seeing if they go anywhere too close to the pockets or anything. And actually, he will also kind of get a bit closer, trying to blend in with the crowd.
How close are you approaching these two chatting fellows?
Oh God, I want to say within almost 10 feet, enough to get in within arm's distance real quick.
Roll some stealth.
All right.
Within, yeah, just.
Ah, that just about hit that 14.
It's a it
Ah,
is
it's
a
been
it
nothing
is a
under
24.
10.
It is a 24 Sinbad. Don't think too much about it because
I'm not thinking
between
much about it.
the because between you weaving in and out of the crowds and your your regular routines of blending in, even though despite your outward appearance and semi-wanted status at this point, you manage to find a nice, comfortable pole to lean against.
Oh, yeah, Sinbad will continue to keep an eye on Mr. Heightfield's hands.
And pray tell, what is a Duke of the Old Capitol? What was he doing away on business? Pray tell. We were here to see the Kallenberg, and it was a very spectacular event. I must say. We consider it, the Showcase of Nations, to be a very wonderful thing, and just a wonderful unifying thing. So, of course, we want to try and attend as many of the events as possible. Yes, indeed. I do feel like same. I do feel exactly the same way. And what do you do for a business? And what do you do for a business yourself, Mister Heidfeld? Heidfeld, yes, Heinz Harold Heidfeld. I I do I'm an accountant, but by trade, and of course, and of course, even financial officials like myself. Fiduciary, I believe, is the proper term. We do need a vacation every now and again, don't we? I can see the appeal behind that. What's your institution? That would be the first bank of Sador. Very establishment, very prim and proper, and legatial, and whatever other important sounding adjectives used to describe a bank. Renowned, fancy. Oh, I do like fancy banks. Absolutely, sir. You seem like one who appreciates his financial institutions. Is there any?
Sinbad, Sinbad's just gonna
Go ahead.
sigh, listening in on this, like, "God damn, he's a horrible actor."
But
Who's that?
uh, and it was a pleasure to meet, and it was a pleasure to make thine acquaintance, Lord Duke Signs of Kingsburg. Uh, uh, Norrisburg. Norrisburg. Yes, of course. Yes, of course. I have to apologize. When you've been to so many places as I have, it sometimes is a little troublesome to keep up with everything. Here's my card, and he slips a business card into the outside pocket of this Duke. Oh, now that, if you'll excuse me, Lord Duke Signs,
Does
I have multiple other things to get to, many important other people to chat with, and I sincerely do hope that maybe while you're out and about, and maybe have some extra money that somebody needs to be kept an eye on, or need a good rate forget, then you'll perhaps consider the second first bank of Sador. I don't know how actually helpful we can be with that lending stuff, but I get it, I get it, Mr. Henson. Thank you. It's Heidfeld.
Sinbad's gonna see if
Teliosa.
Heinfeld pulls anything out.
He did take out a business card and tuck it away in this guy's shirt.
No, out of the guy's shirt. Like if he takes anything from the guy's breast pocket.
No.
Okay.
To your knowledge.
Huh? What kind of
Nothing
perception?
nothing that would be detectable by a perception check. Don't think about it.
Okay. Sinbad will just kind of like untense and just kind of like twitch his ears, trying to keep aware of all his surroundings.
You see this mustachioed fellow in the top in the top hat walk off, and then shuffle his way past a. Hinako, how are you keeping an eye on Mr. Schumacher, if I might ask?
Breathing down his neck. No, of course not. Small distance. I do have a slight issue with looking over crowds, so not too far away.
You have a slight issue?
Considering my perception in the rolls lately, yes, I do have an issue.
As you're trying to keep an eye on Mr. Schumacher, you nearly bump into a very well dressed mustachioed man with a spectacle and a top hat. But I say good, madam. I do beg us your deepest pardons. And he shuffles past you.
I'm gonna check my pockets. Because at this point, I don't trust anyone.
Nope. Everything's there. For a minute, he thought you stole. For a minute, you thought he stole your fox, but Soup pops his head out and just goes yip.
Good. Fight anyone who puts his fingers into my pockets, okay?
As in bad, you do see a foxy lady making sure that all her possessions were still her possessions.
Sinbad will be will kind of keep low, but bump into her and kind of just sort of nod his head towards Highfield.
That's one of them?
He's not going to say anything. He's just going to quickly try and vanish again. Not the spell, but just vanish.
Sheesh. Looks for the other guy. Looks for that guy. I probably already been. That tells me they're not really pickpocketing. Here for a cargo after all.
If Sinbad hears that, he twitches his ear a bit. And if she could see him, there's like a small smile that begins to form on his lips before he just fully disappears.
Okay.
Nico, you can't shake the feeling. Shake the feeling Somehow,
Oh my god,
somewhere.
for that I roll a fucking 19.
that a rat was that a rat is laughing at you, and then you spot Sinbad's facial expression.
Red, I am going to use something real quick.
Sure. Uh, Leona Norvin, as you retire from the captain's quarters and return to the main hall where you last left Sinbad and Nico, you observe that well mustachioed and bespectacled and top hatted individual gallivanting around and being fancy, and also a squeaker doing his best to not trying his best to not look suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
Leona will try and get the attention of that very unsuspicious squeaker.
He is reading a newspaper.
Leona will
I mean, looks like that.
Leona will slide up
I
next
still
to
spot
him.
you.
Read anything interesting lately?
Headfell's over there. Nods his head towards the top hat man.
To answer your question, though, Leona, there is a comic strip about a cat eating lasagna.
Adorable. Leona will quietly say, the captain wants to speak with you. Seems that the individual who jumped on you was in fact the flight marshal.
Sinbad stiffens, kind of flattens the paper to cover his face, turns to look at her. Is Norvin there?
Probably.
Big
Stare.
shit-eating smile. Well, seeing that I'm right, I must now do something else.
What do you mean?
And Sinbad is going to give her the newspaper and disappear to the crowd.
Leona's gonna try and grab the Sinbad. Wait, no, the captain needs to speak with you, Sinbad.
Later.
Leona, it's funny. It's funny because the guy in the last panel is yelling Garfield.
And Leona just dies.
Sinbad!
Just Sinbad, I'm trying to get you out of trouble here. She mutters loud enough for the rat to hear, wherever the fuck he scampered off to.
Let's find something real quick.
Norman is mildly tempted to start a manhunt for Sinbad on purpose now.
I know I have it somewhere around here.
Leona is going to try and figure out where the heck this infuriating rat has gone.
Oh, not what I wanted to open. Oh, not what I wanted to open. There it is. Oh, no, not what I wanted to do. Ah, fuck it. Where's Discord? Nope. Nope. Yes.
Everything.
But yeah, so that's gonna do that exactly what I sent you. If Sir, if Sir,
Yes, the,
um,
I guess,
if Sir
I
Top
guess
Hat, hmm?
the old eyebrow wiggle.
If Sir Top Hat hasn't found one of his targets,
Uh, I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
um, Sinbad's gonna go find that really important looking character from earlier and enact his plan as long as Sir Top Hat hasn't found one of his targets.
He's just going for a walk right now, you think?
All right, then can I find the what was he again? A duke?
Yes.
Find the duke and do the thing he wants to do. Shall I roll a sleight of hand?
Sure.
Pardon?
Sure.
Please, Sinbad. Okay, that's not too bad.
Uh, you have you have you have you have acquired. 1 second.
As Hinoko watches in despair, as Sinbad pickpockets a duke.
Leona is still trying to figure out if she can find Sinbad, to minimal success, I imagine.
You have a perception.
I literally cannot roll high enough.
Uh,
It's gonna even hit your 26.
oh my goodness.
I'm not sure about your 24, but it's gonna even hit your 26. So.
I can hit a 24 if I roll a perfect 20. I'll have to rely on Norvin's eyes to spot Sinbad.
Norman, what do your paladin eyes see? There's a bird up in the rafters.
Where is a burb? Sure, Sinbad, take it away.
Alrighty, another sleight of hand.
Uh, uh, yeah, and I'm assuming that you are still stealth from Leona and just about everybody else at this point.
Well, essentially, except for the fact that oh yeah. I mean, I'm assuming Hinoko probably still sees me as she rolled a 31 earlier.
Uh, you do. Hinako, you do see a small white furred individual going, just kind of weaving in and around between the groups.
Make his way back to Top Hat, and oh fuck yes.
Where you, and where are you checking?
Where am I checking? Pardon?
Hold on.
Oh,
And then and then I told him, "Good sir, this isn't a Gouda. It's simply a Normandy." Is there anything okay? Is there anything okay, Sir Hadfield? No, 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 no. I think I just felt. Oh, I think something just jumped up and something jump up and bite me in the hindquarters. Anyway, you were saying. You're in the middle of telling a joke, sir. Ah, yes, that's right. No, where was I? Ah, yes, it was the what? It was the 2-3.
Sinbad is going to he's not reaching for his back pocket or anything, is he?
No, 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 he's busy being fancy.
Then Sinbad will going to return to Leona and Norvin, probably Hinoko as well, and just say, right, I do believe Sir Heidfeld pocketed something from the Duke over there.
All right. Do you have the? Did you? Do you have the thing in question, or?
Oh no, I'm sure he has it.
All right. And Leona will look over to the Duke. Does the Duke have anyone standing nearby them with a similar expression to Norvin?
May I, for a second, sense motive on Sinbad's intentions here? Because I just saw him basically plant false accusations, basically, or what would you call it?
Essentially, yes. I mean, he is technically a criminal. Oh god, what do I need to roll? Bluff.
Well, bluff if you're going to try and
Presumably.
conceal your motive.
Run.
No, 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 that's correct. No, that's correct. If you're trying to hide stuff from Hinako, bluff is correct.
Ah, there is a very, very evil smile on his face.
Sinbad, Hinako stares at you sternly. The fox in her bag pokes her head out and stares at you sternly. The bird flutters down, perches on Hinako's head, folds his arms and stares at you sternly.
But
Mind explaining your plan in more detail here?
well, they are thieves, are they not?
Yeah, or are you just a thief right now?
Oh, I didn't steal anything. I just expedited their arrest.
Well, it's a good thing we are part of a team, and I'm more likely to trust you than I'm not. So, I take it that
Uh,
you want, quote unquote, a security to have seen him pickpocket?
just discover the item upon him.
You can. Leona will actually perk up and say, "You could actually tell the captain yourself. He wants to speak with you in regards
His
to."
eyes will twinkle.
Well,
Perfect.
yeah.
But also, you might want to inform a guard in case he empties his pockets. And Sinbad will start making his way towards the captain's quarters.
Norvin, can you handle that for me?
Or, you could just arrest him yourself as
I don't think Norvin has the authority to arrest people. He's a bodyguard, not a
He's a
security
I
paladin,
officer.
do
uh,
not currently have
of
the ability
particular
to do
order.
that.
I can neither confirm or deny.
I do not currently have the ability to do that.
You're a paladin
Essentially,
of whatever order you are, right? Don't you have some
Yeah,
kind of privilege here?
this is outside of his jurisdiction.
I'm a paladin, not a police officer.
Ah.
essentially, just get
Police.
Sinbad would just say, just like get the Duke's attention and then get a guard's attention.
Sinbad is getting the Duke's attention.
No, say that. No, he's saying that to them. Like, you do that. It's gonna be really weird if
sorry.
they wanted
Sorry.
rats came up to it.
Sorry, just making sure I know what's going on.
Leona is saying Norvin should do it because, well, Norvin's a paladin. People tend to trust paladins.
Depends on the paladin.
Get the guard's attention, just what? Hey, look over there.
Nope. Get the Duke's attention. Tell him that you saw that guy's take something from him. That will then, in turn, probably get the guard's attention, as it's a fucking Duke.
Tell them you believe that the
Gonna
Mr.
go walk up to the
Hayden.
nearest security looking person that isn't the dude that we're supposed to be.
Alright. Leona's gonna go with Sinbad to the captain to the bridge.
And Inigo's gonna say, pardon me, I believe I saw that gentleman pickpocket someone.
Who specifically, madam?
Points at the top hat man with the mustache. Mr. Heinz? Something?
Seinfeld. No,
I believe he called himself.
Uh, I understand. I understand, madam. Give me 1 second. And where did you see him steal from?
From that,
I would have pointed him out.
points at, which, at the person she believes was the Duke. She didn't actually see the Duke, I believe, so.
No, but Sinbad did point him out.
Oh. Fair. Points at the Duke, I believe, from him, right there. I believe it was Dukerson.
Dukerson. Very good. Very good. He will take a stroll over to the Duke. You can come with them if you want to, Hinako. And he's going to have a quick little discussion with the Duke. The Duke is going to check his possessions. He's going to realize, wait, hang on a minute. Not all my stuff is here. Oh no. And things are going to things are going to rest, shall we say. Because there's a small clamor amongst other things. And as things progress downstairs, let's sling it back to Sinbad, who is about to put the cherry on top of this cake.
Sinbad's in there
Alright.
with or heading there with Leona, correct? Or
That's correct. And I guess Norvin's coming too because Hinoko's handling the
By the
situation.
way, don't I need to roll bluff since I technically telling a lie?
Depends how you phrase it. Why are you cackling, Red?
Check the Roll20 chat.
I don't see anything beyond last bluff check I saw was Sinbad's bluff.
Norvin said
Oh.
something. Might need to scroll.
Norvin said
Oh.
this. I'm so sorry, Norvin. It's just it. Why would he admit to it? Of course he's going to fucking lie.
Your reaction to being accused of stealing from stuff isn't just, no, I didn't. It's to actually go steal stuff, seemingly.
Oh.
Sinbad, you're being accused of stealing. Ah, I see. Excuse me for a second.
Yeah, literally. Sinbad, the captain
Oh,
wants to
that-
speak to you.
yeah.
Okay, bye, I'm off to pickpocket someone.
I was like, oh, that gives me an idea.
That gives me
Like-
an idea.
Genuinely just...
Just like, did you steal something, Sinbad? Not yet.
No, but that gives me an idea.
I was thinking about it.
Genuinely could not process anything for a bit. I vaguely
Meanwhile,
remember
I was
being
the
asked
only one
to
that
do
saw it all
something.
happen.
I vaguely remember being asked for Norwin to go do something. What was that? I don't know. What? Why?
I wanted someone to go up to the Duke or a guard and just report that the guy pickpocketed him.
Can't ask Norvin to do that. He's a paladin. He's not allowed to lie.
He's not lying. He's just saying that he would just be saying that he believes the guy was pickpocketed.
But he doesn't believe
Now,
that.
entirely out of character. What the fuck?
Well, no, what Sinbad did was, like, he was accused of being the thief. He knows these two are the thieves. So he's like, alright, we're just gonna take this from the guy he's talking to, put it in his pocket, and then have the guard be called in, and oh wow, what do you know? He's the thief.
Do we not have the spell Touch of Truth Telling anymore?
Leona does, in fact, still have that spell.
Touch of Truth Telling
That does not
Sinbad.
know
Have you
it.
stolen anything off this boat? Yes or no? No. Touch of Truth Telling the fucking... What's his face? The guy who's a thief.
Okay,
Have you stolen
okay,
anything off this boat?
Sinbad-
Yes or no? Yes.
Oh no,
Done.
Sinbad does know she has that spell.
Yeah, you saw me use
We
it
can't
on
fucking
script.
do that anymore, as far as I'm aware, because you've gone off and pickpocketed a guy.
I didn't steal anything off the boat.
On,
It's all about
stolen
technicality.
anything on this boat.
It says all about technicalities.
The spell does allow for technicalities, just be
Hence-
careful.
With,
I'm going to
you
say,
say,
Leon has
have
no
you
idea
stolen
that you
anything on this boat? As... Because, oh, we didn't take it off the boat. It's on the boat. You've stolen something on the boat still.
It depends on the
If it's
question.
off this
No,
boat, then yes, there's that technicality. But we can close that by just having slightly different words. We can't do it anymore. Because you have legitimately gone over to steal something.
Okay, first off, I've already technically stolen something by taking the list from the marshal.
Yes,
Ah,
that.
technically.
So if I was to be asked, did you steal anything? Yes, that list. So unfortunately, that point has been mooted already.
Yes,
Yeah, but if
that
we
list
ask,
and nothing
but
else
if
would still
yeah.
be the truth.
Yeah, no, it's not like it's not like you only can respond with yes or no questions.
It's
As
just you
long
Shall
have
as
to
we shall
tell
we
the
burn
truth.
that bridge right now?
I guess we're about to, because Leona's has no idea of any of this and is taking you up to talk with the captain.
Me neither. Out of character. Worst possible thing that you could have done.
The worst possible thing.
The worst possible reasonable thing you could have done.
Hey, apparently Hinico is now into it.
I am a
In on it.
rogue! What, you want me to be honest? I'm sorry, I don't have proficiency in the honesty skill.
There is no you don't need a skill to be honest. It's
Give me a
just
minute.
default thing you can do.
Uh, uh, Mom, I was going to admit to knocking the cookie jar over and smashing and making a giant mess, but I rolled a natural 1 on my honesty check, so it was the dog.
Being a rogue doesn't mean
I
you
mean,
can't
you
tell
do
the
have to
truth when it
linguistics
benefits
check.
you.
Leona takes Sinbad up to the captain's,
Oh,
to the bridge, and Captain,
I'll be right back.
Nor,
I need to go
no, don't be
bang
right
Norman
back.
going for a
I want to say
walk.
Norman wants to be around for this.
I need to go bang my head against a wall. I have laundry to take
hold on.
out. Give me a minute.
all right. I understand what you were trying to do, Flinger, and it kind of made sense. Just, you do know. I will remind you that you do know, that Leona does have the spell that makes you tell the truth.
Genuinely, I forgot.
Which is going. Which brings us to the scene. Leona, Sinbad. You guys are at the door to the captain's quarters again.
Leona will turn to Sinbad. All right, no big deal. I'll just cast Touch of Truth Telling on you, and we won't have to worry about any of this.
Okay. Who's gonna be asking the questions?
Me, I'm the caster.
Okay. I trust you to ask some decent questions. You're also testing on these other guys, yes?
Correct.
Got it, good. Wanted to make sure.
Sinbad, why did you phrase ask decent questions like that? What did you do?
Smiles.
Sir, I'm outside the door.
Say again.
Yeah.
From inside the captain's quarters. Sir, I think it's Merc from outside the door.
Leona will sigh and enter into the captain's quarters.
Sinbad right behind her. He'll have a flat face.
Sinbad, you see the silver hair guy from earlier who looks like he had a very unfortunate counter with a punch bowl. He is not particularly happy to see you.
Sinbad just gives like a very placid smile. Not really saying anything to him, but just turning to the captain. Nods. I was called for.
Yeah, yes, you're under arrest for assaulting a flight marshal.
Sinbad just kind of like tilts his head. He looks fine.
Lady Miranda here applied first aid to staunch the breathing, to staunch the bleeding. Don't staunch someone's breathing. That is very bad.
Try again.
All depends on
Just
how you
don't-
use the
just-
spell, right?
Why you?
Sorry. No, Wild's losing it. Anyway, continue.
Before we arrest you and tell the police at the old cabin to fresh face at the jail, we thought, well, he wants to arrest you. I thought it prudent to at least see what you have to say for yourself. And Lady Miranda is in accord. Because clearly there are two conflicting tales around.
Well, I'll be glad to clarify it.
If it
Excellent.
can help,
Let,
if it can help, I have a spell I can apply here that can ensure truthfulness from all parties involved.
Uh-oh. My internet's spotty.
Same here.
Oh,
Roll
damn.
20.
Yeah,
I
like
think roll 20 just broke.
yeah, I think roll
it's
20
roll 20.
Yeah.
Discord is doing
I mean, what, really? Discord's saying I have no internet.
I can still
Well,
hear
we
you.
can hear you, so that's
We hear you
clearly
loud and
wrong.
clear.
Alright. Well, let's see how long this keeps up.
wait. It's not you. It's not you. It's roll 20. Getting a stroke.
I think so,
Oh,
yeah.
there
'cause
it goes.
everybody got roll 20 issues, and you're the only one.
Mike cleared up.
Yeah, but no.
Oh,
But
there we go. Alright. So, what questions?
yep. Okay. Everything's fine, I think.
Miss Miranda, the spell, please.
Of course. And she's going to cast Touch of Truth Telling on Sinbad. What are your questions, Captain?
Were you in the cargo hold earlier today at 30 in the afternoon?
Yes, I was.
Reason for being there.
Suspicion of robbery. And foul play. I heard people were saying that some of their possessions down in the storage bay were missing, and I saw someone sneak down there.
Who was that person?
It was Heidfeld, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. One Mr. Gotta say the whole name. Heinz Harold Heidfeld. Man with a top hat. Bit of a posh attitude.
A mustache?
Yep.
Monocle? Costs a lot?
Yep.
Said he was a banker, right?
Yep. I don't think you heard that part of the conversation.
No, I spoke with him earlier.
Oh, then yes.
And when you identified Mr. Hyde in the cargo hold, what did you do?
I listened to him as he conversed with someone.
Who's he conversing with?
Nods his head at the marshal.
Verbally.
Oh, him. Points to the marshal.
And what were they discussing?
Let me bring up my notes. Discussing about taking things from people. Said they were waiting on a man named Reuben. They discussed about taking from two individuals called Andrea Schumacher and Jacques Alessi. Heidfeld was sent off to make a bit of a scene while he looked for their third man, Reuben. He points back to the marshal. I still don't know his name. Was going down a list. That list, if Sinbad can actually see that paper, was going down the list, calling someone's name off, and then going through their stuff.
Acting, sir.
Say again.
Sorry, sorry. The marshal's going to turn to the captain. Inspection, sir. Like I said, suspected thievery. I had to check.
Sinbad raises an eyebrow. You were literally talking to Heidfeld about taking stuff off of two individuals.
It doesn't mean his hands are completely clean either, sir. Hmm. Mr. Sinbad, was it? Have you stolen anything while you're on board the ship?
Yes.
What did you take?
That paper. Points to the paper on the table again.
And anything else?
Yes.
Where would these be?
Say again.
What?
God,
Where are they?
the possessions.
You cut out for a moment, Red.
That you took, yes. For Pete's sake, I hate myself.
That part came in clear. Where are they? Well, where did they? What was the room that they left again? The galley.
Um. Yeah, main ballroom.
Main barroom.
Can you be a little more precise?
Uh, in the current possession of Mr. Heightsfeld.
Would now be the time where me and my person that I'm talking to arrest Heinsfeld right about now?
Excuse me. Sorry, cough. Yes, things have come to a head in the main ballroom, Hinako. And a luggage key has been found on Mr. Heidefeld's person that does not belong to him. And they are escorting him to a secure location as we speak.
Signs?
Meanwhile, back upstairs.
And Red's losing it over something again.
Wild, stop it. This is serious time.
But I finally found it.
What did Wild say?
That's screaming Star Trek, man.
Northern going nuts.
No, I'm still
Inside.
confident.
The flight marshal is going to turn back to the captain and he's going to say, "Sir, I believe this rat just admitted to planning evidence on one of the people I was talking to on board the ship a while ago."
I ask what exactly we were discussing down in that storage room.
Mr. Sinbad, why would you do that? Please explain your thought process.
My thought process was, well, they're stealing stuff anyway. Might as well
Is that
expedite
it?
their capture. I had no intentions to keep anything that was not mine.
Captain's going to turn to you, Leona, and he's going to ask, you said he's your adventuring partner. What's going on here?
As near as I can tell, Sinbad's thought process was if he can get the individual who Mr. Heinfeld, was it?
Heinsfeld.
Heinfeld. Uh, try to get him in custody by making it seem as if he was pickpocketing people. At the same time, I would be presenting him before you, so the criminal would already be in custody by the time he presented the evidence to you. Unconventional, to say the least, but I can understand the idea at least.
Then how exactly was Mr. Fisichella here impaled 7 times over on very small, pointy objects?
Leona will pull back a flap on Sinbad's barbed vest. He wears that. Why do you wear that, Sinbad?
Just turns to look at her and just like, I believe the demonstration was made.
Right, so people can't grab you.
I was stopping a theft, sir.
Would it be permissible for me to place your flight marshal under the same spell I have Mr. Sinbad under, Captain?
I suppose you would have to.
Leona will nod and cast the spell again.
The captain turns to the flight marshal and looks him over. So, what were you doing in the cargo hold earlier today at about 1:30? The flight marshal opens his mouth to answer, but before he does, a knock arrives at the door of the captain's quarters. Sir, remain in arrest. We think your attention might be needed. What's it about? He's identifying himself as a Mr. Heinz Harold Heidfeld. What was he arrested on? A possession of stolen goods, sir. And impersonation.
Ooh.
Mr. Fisichella, maybe we can pick this up at a bit more of an opportune time. Perhaps this is quite a very tangled issue.
He's part of this.
And we'll get to it. But right now somebody is in handcuffs, and if it's all the same, I'm going to give them a look over as well. If it's all right with you.
Leona nods.
Lady Miranda, I'm going to give you a very large favor here, and I'm going to not arrest your friend here for thievery yet. I would appreciate it if you and your comrades kept a very close eye on him for the remainder of this flight. If I catch a story of him being somewhere he's not supposed to be or doing something he's not supposed to do, I don't think I need to finish that sentence.
I understand. Leona turns to Sinbad. I won't let him out of my sight.
Excellent. You two. Excellent. Then you two are dismissed. Expect me to come by later, Mister. And as for you, Michelle, we have somebody to interrogate. The captain and the flight marshal then shuffle past you two and
turn down towards one and turn down the hallway towards one of the rooms on the ship, leaving you two to yourselves.
Leona sighs and looks to Sinbad.
I don't count anymore.
Huh?
I don't count when talking about by yourselves anymore.
You're my bodyguard.
Norvin is there too. He looks like he's about to have an aneurysm.
Why did you think pickpocketing the Baron to plant his key on this other man was a good idea, Sinbad?
You told me you were the one asking questions.
I'll admit, I thought I would be. The captain took command of that situation.
As the captain is supposed to.
Does it count as taking command if you pretty much invite him?
You did. Yeah.
Leona face palms. Regardless, why did you do that in the first place?
I have explained myself 3 times already.
Yes, but why would you think the most effective way to get a man detained would be to pick another man's pockets and put evidence on him? I mean, it's not like he has anywhere he can run. We're on an airship.
Parachutes. God knows what else is in the storage room. Magic.
Leona opens and closes her mouth a few times. He did say impersonation. Turns to Norvin. Do you think there's a chance there could be disguise spells at use here?
It's more likely he is just not who he says he is.
And he gave a business card to that Duke.
I could probably make a business card if I wanted to.
He's impersonating a banker, and he gave a business card to someone of high standing.
Just regular old disguises would do that.
It could. That's a fair point, yeah. I suppose if they do turn out to be mages of any stripe, your approach may have been justified. You could have run it by us first and explained your concerns, though.
Right.
Fiona will pat Sinbad on the shoulder. I understand you're not used to operating with other people you can trust.
Sinbad just stays quiet.
Leona will dispel the touch of truth-telling so Sinbad can speak freely if he wants to again.
It lasts minutes, so that other guy can't lie for a few minutes,
Yep.
which is more amusing than useful, but
All right. Flight Marshal, who is this? Oh, he's my accomplice.
oops.
Cinema's just gonna sigh and just walk out. Turn to them. Are you keeping an eye on me or what?
I'm keeping an eye on you. All right. Leona will follow him.
Cinema will just head to his room.
Leona will follow.
We're gonna go back in time just a teeny tiny bit to Hinako, because as Hinako spots the arrest of Mr. Heidfeld, question marks. uh, a certain golden-haired waiter comes by in the same aisle, and he and he kno- and he see and he tries to make a gap for Heidfeld and the ship staff to walk past him before he shrugs and continues on his merry way, pushing the cart.
Good day, sir.
I'm guessing that's you trying to hail him.
Frankly, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Ah, um, I didn't actually make up a plan of what I'm doing. Nah, I'm just gonna keep an eye on him, make sure he doesn't make any escape attempts for now. Since he apparently saw that Heinz got taken away, and if he makes any very obvious, let's say, mistakes, it's gonna be a tackle.
As you tail him, see him push his cart, but he doesn't veer off back into the galley as you might expect for waiters. He instead continues further down the hallway towards the personal quarters, and then veers right into one of them.
Here's right after a while, did you say?
He takes a sharp right turn into one of these side.
And if I look down that hallway, he's gone. That kind of trick. Classic.
Let me try again. You're following. No, that doesn't happen. Let me try again. You're following down of personal quarters, and you see you see him turn into one of them.
And do I happen to know which room that is? Particular certain person of interest you were talking about prior?
It doesn't. It doesn't belong to anybody you know or are aware of.
Okay. Hmm. Something tells me that if I look in that quarters, he's not going to be there. So I look in the quarters. Quietly.
Um, he sets out a small little buffet for an empty room. A couple of silver covered trays, and a few wine glasses, a bottle of finest Chardonnay, of course, and a roast turkey.
Hmm. Interesting
And even
turkey.
and he finishes up, dusts his hands off, and he notices you, and he says, "Pardon me, madam, I need to get past you."
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to be in the way.
Naturally, naturally, and
That's
I hope you're
my
enjoying
joy
the
on
flight.
fine looking buffet.
Oh yes, absolutely. The guest there ordered room service didn't show up. So procedure is to leave their spread out here, and then when they come back, well, hopefully it's not too cold by then.
Yeah, that'll be up to them then.
I can give you a menu if you like.
Sure. Uh, leave it at my room. I still have some other place to be.
Fantastic. And which room are you? One 118 is the answer, Hinako.
Just make sure. Um. No.
Get to the restroom real quick.
Room
What you checking?
69.
Six, 69 shall be. Hopefully we see each other soon. And he will scoot the cart past you and carry on his way.
I'll have Yosu chase him. Well, I'm gonna take a look at that turkey. A bit more close.
Roll perception.
Oops. Don't let me roll that one right now. No, it's just a 4. Perfectly fine. 20. Okay.
Well, is that you hint about this turkey, and you know that if you muck around inside of it for
Indeed, you can
you
remove
feel
that now.
something.
Thank you.
Sorry, what's up?
Roll 20 was being a douche.
The thing is, you have a clue about this turkey, and as you inspect it and look around for stuffing, instead of that, you find instead of bread and celery and good tasty side, you see that it is instead filled with precious metals. Specifically the coin variety, stuffed inside of a leather bag.
I have returned.
Mhm. I'll be bringing this up to the captain among other people, but I guess I should go to find Leona first. See how far she got. And I shall return to Leona's room, expecting them to be there by the time, and if not, I will wait for them.
Leona, Sinbad, Norvin, as you retire to your personal quarters, Hinako is hanging around with her burb.
Oh, there you are.
Ah, hi there. So, tell me, how does money taste in a turkey?
I assume rather
Um,
awful. Sinbad a smile.
Well, I wouldn't know the taste of fancy people, you know, so I'm just asking Leona, right? She's the fancy
I've
type.
I've
I
heard
know
of
some super
gold-plated,
rich people eat gold. Yeah.
yeah, gold leaf, but not coins. But it's more of a wealth status. Look at me, I'm so rich I can eat gold than anything
Then
tasty
I,
or
then I
practical.
wonder what the patrons of that particular room have a taste for as I jangle the bag of money.
Leona face palms and just mutters under her breath, "Why?
I ass smile from Sinbad.
Why didn't you just leave that there?"
Well, don't know how long I'll be there.
You could have sent your bird to go get us.
So I take it you know who this ribbon is?
Yeah, waiter, gold-haired person.
Um,
All right. You should bring this to the captain.
Is he occupied right now?
He might be, but this is
unfortunately.
important and relevant, so might as well do it now.
And do we need anyone else for this, or should I just go up there myself?
Um, Norvin, you can go with her if you want, or you can remain here, depending on what you prefer.
Stay here.
Okay. The awkward military girl take care of it. Yes, sure. Ah.
Leona sighs. Looks to Norvin. Should I go?
If you go, the rat goes.
All right.
We can all go. After all, I wasn't confined to these quarters. I was just told to be kept an eye on.
True. All right. Screw it. We're all going. Leona gets up, dusts herself
Wait, did I
off.
just hear that? You seriously, are still under.
She left me to the wolves.
I didn't realize you had.
I didn't realize you oomph.
Didn't realize you'd actually stolen things.
And you didn't make anything up from me saying something about having to uh, proclaim that he was pickpocketed.
I don't. Maybe I should have thought of that. Yeah.
I still like the truth magic approach. I like that. We should do that more. It's really
Yeah.
useful.
Yeah, from now on, everyone, please do remember, I have magic that makes people tell the truth.
I can tell that won't work.
Then we know it doesn't work.
Yeah, they can resist, but we know if they manage to resist or not.
No, what I mean is if you ask someone who has done nothing wrong,
Then they've done
Well,
nothing
then,
wrong. Why are we after them?
because they're still a part of it.
Then they've
People
done
can still be
something
a part of
wrong.
something. People can still be a part of something yet have no part in it at the same time.
bystanders and witnesses, Norton.
Or the ones that just control from the background, but not get
Then
their own
they've
hands
done
dirty.
something wrong. They've ordered whatever's happened to happen.
It just depends on the question asked.
Man, the captain must hate us by now. And he's probably gonna hate us some more. Shall we go?
Let's get this over with, Leona will say, and head to the door, keeping an eye on Sinbad like she promised to.
Puts the bird on
And
Sinbad's
with
head.
Really?
He can keep an eye on you.
This thing takes a
I-
crap on me.
I'm not. I'm not. I don't. I don't think you're going to do anything wrong, Sinbad. I'm just. I think. I trust you. It's just. I promised I would keep an eye on you.
Actually, it's probably not a smart idea to put the bird on Sinbad because the bird is pretty hefty.
Mm-hmm.
Good. 200% of Sinbad's carrying capacity.
Yes.
Actually, I would have never said how heavy it was. I don't have a very high carry capacity. After all.
You need me to
watch.
carry it.
The bird. I'm just waiting for the part where we find out the bird is like Thor's hammer.
Oh no.
Anyway, I guess our merry band of chucklefucks all makes their way down to the
Captain,
captain's quarters again.
or wherever he went off to interrogate somebody.
Hinoko, did you inform the guard? Did you think to inform the guards that there was a pouch of gold stuffed into a turkey?
For one, how much would they believe that? And two,
I can check, Hinoko.
fair enough.
I swear.
I just prefer to take things into my own hands.
Yes, that's I can tell, Hinoko.
This is why I'm alone.
Knocks on the door.
Just say it is almost 5 o'clock.
Yeah. So, yeah. Do we guys want to do the Phoenix Wright scene now, or?
Oh, I would say later.
Do it like. I'm honestly impressed how long our fucking around and finding out has taken us.
Hmm. Oh, no, not to trust Leona to leave me in the hands of anyone again.
Leona didn't realize what the situation was. She does actually kind of feel bad about the situation that happened. She would never
I
say
am
this in front of
unsure why
Norman.
you trusted Leona to be smart in the first place.
Fair enough.
Look, I will also point out Leona didn't know exactly what had happened. She received some cryptic hints and clues, but she was like, "What?" Like, I will point out, she does not have the best wisdom. So something like that going over her head is in character for her.
Fair.
Either way, Leona actually does feel bad. And she'll not say this in front of Norvin because she knows he wouldn't approve, but if Sinbad had let her know, hey, I kind of stole the fancy nobleman's key and put it on the other guy so he'd get thrown in jail, she might have been a little bit said something more like, give me your question. Give me the questions you want me to ask. What do you want to know? I'll ask him and he'll respond truthfully. Try and obfuscate exactly what the spell does. Or something, but wait,
Yeah, so then
Norvin
again,
doesn't.
Norman would have been there.
Yeah, Norvin has spellcraft. I
I've
think,
seen the
right?
specific spell before. It doesn't matter if I have spellcraft.
Oh yeah, shoot, right. Yeah, no. So there wasn't much we could like. There wasn't really much we could do.
I like
Mm.
the everyone tells the truth and it works out very easily approach. We should do it more. That's
Mhm.
my thoughts.
It
And I'm just
does
waiting until it
seem.
stops working.
Well, if it stops
I mean,
working, then your shenanigans will happen.
yeah. I do think maybe telling the truth should be our opening gambit.
Opening gambit. Actually, we're in the right here.
And then if
Yes,
that doesn't work, then in
that's
the future.
the truth doesn't really play out well for an assassin.
Yeah,
Uh, have you
Sinbad
done
has a
any
point there.
assassinations?
None that you're aware of. Actually, no, one. No, that was in the
Have you
last city.
have you done any assassinations that you weren't supposed to be doing?
By Norvin's law purview, yes.
He was ordered to do them by his monarch. If a different monarch says no, don't do that, that's illegal. I mean, I guess the question comes down which monarch.
Norwin is lawful good in defend society way, not you must follow all the laws way.
In other words, Norvin is actually a relatively morally flexible paladin. He just doesn't
Mm,
understand why people's first instinct is lie through their teeth.
Yeah, I don't understand why the rats keep pulling shenanigans when they're actually in the right.
because we're rats.
Baffling. Like the one time Norman's done something he's actually like been trained to do is fighting the giant lava monster. That's like that's like the one thing he's supposed to be doing.
Alrighty then. So I guess
Anyway,
everyone. Yep, that's where we're calling it for now.
we'll send the boots flying next session.
Boot to the head.
Boots will fly next session, and I will find something for Norvin to shoot.
He'll find something for me to shoot.
Sinbad
fucking
running
sky,
away.
sky dragon.
I'll break the. I'll break the airship.
Oh God.
I feel a smidge bad for Norman because I keep
We keep doing mysteries, damn it.
I'm sorry, I write what I know.
It's fine. We keep doing mysteries that become unnecessarily complicated by our own shenanigans.
I mean, that's not wrong.
Like the second half is much more inconveniencing to me than the first.
Alrighty. I shall see.
Oh,
Oh, mm.
oh, good, it's not my fault.
It's like 10% your fault.
It's mostly mine.
Whatever the
Antinoko.
current rat is, it is their fault.
Oh, gee,
I mean-
thanks.
So
I mean, it's
number
also
1 is rat,
Hinoko's
number 2 is
fault.
fox, and number 3 is god.
Number 1 is rat. Number 2 also rat. Number 3 is fox. Number 4 angel. Then god.
When has Leona made things more complicated?
By being a dunce.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Sinbad. I'll be the one asking the questions. Captain Fire.
This is the next piece I
Leo-
need. I should draw. Fucking Sinbad looking real annoyed at Leona.
Leona looking all proud.
Leona, and then like to one panel later, realizing what she's done, Leona looking absolutely mortified.
No,
Like a little thought bubble near Sinbad. You to me.
no, you know, Slowpoke, where you would get those comics where
Yes.
Slowpoke like gets punched in the face, and then it's a montage of the day, and then at the end of the day,
Face.
Absolute brilliant.
Breaking news.
I'm sure Leona will be kidnapped and held at gunpoint again before the adventure is complete.
Oh, yay.
please don't.
Well, I should probably stop the recording right about now.
Probably.
Oh yeah.
I would.
Probably for the best, yeah.